Hey everyone, welcome back to 8 Letters Live, a video series from the home of indie authors in the Philippines. Today we'll be joined by prolific Wattpad writer turned self-published author Trisha for her newest book, Four Walls. But before we get to that, don't forget to share our live stream and use the hashtags 8 Letters Books and 4 Walls in your posts. Kayo ba? What do you think of when you hear Four Walls? To me, four walls signifies entrapment, kumbaga. Parang ngayon, during this pandemic, we're all confined within the walls of our homes. Especially during the times when we need to quarantine, di ba? Pero Thresher redefines what it means to be entrapped through the story of Detective Kye Morton, who lived through the death of his colleagues, partner detective Aleena Ross and Captain Jerrie Howell. So, ano pa ba? Let's meet the beloved author of this thrilling narrative. Let me first introduce her to you. Trisha is a college student from Bicol University in Legazpi City, Albay. She is a poet and a novelist. She started writing when she was 15 years old and pursued it up until now. At 20, she already has her first self-published book, and she's also a romance thriller author for various online writing platforms. She's dedicating currently all her time to both studying and writing as she dreams to be a teacher author in one. She writes because she wants to inspire people who needs words, may it be for encouragement, entertainment, tips, or advice. As of now, she works both as an author and as an editor and can be contacted through email at stories.trisha@gmail.com. Let's welcome our guest, Trisha. But for now, I guess let's talk about her book. Um, the story follows Detective Kye Morton, again, who lived through the death of his colleagues. And for now, she he um,
Hello everyone. Parang ang hina ng ang hina ng signal ko at wala akong masyadong
Hi Trisha,
naririnig.
welcome to the show.
Hello po.
Hello.
Ayun.
It's really nice to have you here. Okay lang yan, let's both push through the internet connection. It's hard kasi it's really rainy outside. Sobrang
Idagdag ko yung nervous.
It's okay. We'll get through this together. It's just a short interview. We'll be fine. So for our first question kasi, I've noticed you write romance thrillers and this is a very complicated genre and a very unique one. What inspired you and drew you into this kind of writing?
Actually, I started writing romance po talaga.
Mm-hmm.
Kaya lang masyado akong mahilig magbasa ng thriller books, mga crime fiction. Yun po talaga yung yung parang first love ko ng mga stories.
Oh,
At
that's amazing.
so sabi ko, while writing, bakit hindi natin ipagsama yung dalawa? Siguro doon siya nabuo at hanggang ngayon ini-improve ko pa rin naman siya. Natututo pa rin ako between the two genre at yung pag pinagsama silang dalawa.
So, who would you say would be your greatest inspirations habang nagsusulat ka?
Marami po kasing maraming factor na kailangan i-consider as an inspiration. Pero kung sa tao, of course, my family, yung mga friends ko, kasi lalong-lalo na yung sarili ko. Kasi most of my stories inspired sa akin, sa buhay ko. Kaya parang bawat stories may experiences eh.
That's amazing. Thank you, Trisha. And I've noticed you're also a writer of poetry. So how has that influenced naman your writing novels? Kasi medyo different and complex yung poetry and also romance thrillers, right? How do you combine the two?
Um, Naaalala ko ba, I could remember na nauso before yung mga spoken poetries.
Mm-hmm.
Tapos, sumasali po kasi ako sa mga contest, sa mga performances about that specific type of literature. Kaya parang doon ako nahasa kasi yung piece na ginagamit ko sinulat ko mismo. Parang practice. Lalo na kung para sa school. Parang naging practice ko siya, naging training ground ko yung poetry bago ako maging writer, novel writer or novel author po talaga.
That means ang galing mo magsalita, no? Kasi na-train ka na ng spoken word. Can't wait for your live reading later. So,
sa pagsasalita, yun, nag-aaral din po kasi in present, gumagawa po ako ng mga vlogs, nagda-live stream din po ako. At yun, nahasa naman po. Yun naman po yung mahalaga, di ba? Yung natututo ka, continuous.
That's great. And let's talk naman more about your recent book, Four Walls. What pushed you to write about police work?
Okay po, mahaba-habang kwento ito. Pero,
sige, we have the time. Go.
medyo padadaliin natin. Bale,
sige.
itong Four Walls, siya yung pinakaunang crime thriller na book na sinulat ko talaga ever since. Bukod kasi minsan nagti-thriller po ako, mystery thriller lang most of the time. Pero ito, sabi ko, sige, dito tayo sa medyo may anuhan. yung mga bonggahan ng mga crimes, mga bloody experiences. Wala naman akong experience at ayoko naman po magkaroon ng experience dyan sa mga bagay na yan. Pero, bago ko pa simulan yung book, honestly, hindi ko talaga alam na basta parang na-curious lang ako, nag-browse ako sa internet na para kasi may bumubulong po sa akin that time, uy, magsulat ka ng thriller naman kasi parang puro na tayo romance. So, at this point, sige, mag-try ka magsulat ng thriller. Tapos, ayun, nag-search po ako ng mga mystery true stories. Tapos, parang I just wanted to get a vibe na parang medyo dark, medyo seryoso. So, upon searching, nag-stumble ako sa name na Paris Smith. Hindi ko po alam kung kilala siya ng karamihan. Pero, itong si Smith, isa siya sa mga ex-convict na okay lang ba ito sabihin? Pero, nasa genre ko kasi ito, kaya bear with me.
Yes, of course.
He was one of the ex-convicts who murdered the 4 members of the Clutter family. Hindi ko alam kung sino talaga yung may alam pa. Sa Holcomb yun, nung November 14, 1959. Tapos sumikat yung pagpatay ni Perry Smith. Lalo na kasi may book si Truman yung pangalan niya, may book siya. It's a non-fiction book na kwento niya yung buhay ni Perry Smith. So, si Perry Smith, pinatay nila, may kasama siya, si Richard, pinatay nila yung 4 na members ng Clutter family. Tapos, masyadong mabigat yung paraan ng pagpatay niya kasi sa family. Kaya parang tumatak siya sa public. Nag-cut siya ng throat ng isa sa family member and so on and so forth. Tapos, na-feel ko that time na parang, oh, grabe to. It was too much, nakakapangilabot. And syempre po, as a crime thriller aspiring author, diba, that moment parang nag-succeed ako sa paghahanap ng inspiration, ng vibe. So sabi ko po, paano kung gumawa ako ng sarili kong Perry Smith sa utak ko, sa kwento ko. At that point yun, inaral ko po yung buhay niya, nag-research po ako. Tapos ito, after researching, dami ko nang nahanap, dami ko na rin kwento. But after researching about his life, nalaman ko na yung Basel, I don't know kung tama ko yung pronunciation ko, gumawa sila ng song entitled Four Walls, which is the title of my book. Doon naman, yung song, it talks about Perry Edward Smith nga po, yung murders niya. Tapos kung paano siya humarap dun sa death sentence. Patay na po si Perry Smith. Death sentence kasi yung hatol sa kanya ng court back then. Tapos, after that, na nalaman ko yung song, mayroon, siyempre, opo, yan, importante. Very important na mag-research sa lahat ng genre, hindi lang dito sa mystery thriller, Ayun, habang nung nalaman ko na yung kanta, may nalaman na akong non-fiction book, nalaman ko na yung buhay niya. Kaya mas madali sa akin na humanap ng deep meaning po, ng deep meaning na magagamit ko sa story ko. Sabi ko, ganito pala. Like, I need to tell other people na yung mga pwedeng makapagbasa ng story ko, na how can these four walls change a life of someone else. So those four walls can signify prison cell, literal, na nandun sa story ni Perry Smith. Pero, diba, like, dun sa mga criminals that na nakikep sila dun sa four walls, na nag-hinder sa kanila yung four walls to running away, to killing themselves or harming others. Pero naisip ko po, it can also signifies our own four walls. Sa atin lang, dito lang sa maliit na spasyo ng sarili, ng buhay natin, na yung tayo lang yung nakakakita. Yung four walls na tayo lang yung nakakakita, but it is so powerful na napigilan tayo sa gusto nating gawin, sa gusto natin maabot. So, ayun po yung inspiration ng kwento. Bale, nag-start siya sa mabigat-bigat, dahil may criminal tayong inspiration, hanggang sa sarili na lang natin na meron tayong four walls. Yun lang po.
That's amazing. Yung limitations natin, no? Kino-confront mo talaga in your writing. So, inisip ko, from there, ano sa tingin mo yung mga naging limitations mo to writing? May it be four walls or other works that you've made?
When we talk about limitations, parang sa world po natin, sa pagsusulat natin, parang hindi naman masyadong nabibigyang din yung limitations. Kasi, although fiction, di ba po, kailangan pa din maging realistic, kailangan pa din maging credible yung mga information na ginagamit natin. Pero para po sa akin, yung limitations na sinasabi kasi nila, all you have to do is to overcome that limitations. Kunwari, you lack something else, kunwari kulang ka pa sa skills, kunwari kulang ka sa experiences, sa information, sa knowledge, diba? Kaya natin ma-overcome po yun eh. Kaya natin na magawa, na i-push lang yung sarili natin to exceed doon sa limitations.
Okay. Parang sobrang strong mong person based on that, no? So, inisip ko rin, your chapters, binasa ko kasi yung excerpt and all, it walks us through both the victims and the detectives' Special Operations Unit, Violent Crimes Divisions in Manila Police Department. So, medyo maraming characters kang hinahandle. From your big cast of characters, sino ba yung favorite mong isulat and why?
Of course, si Lauren. Kasi, ginawa ko po siya. Si Lauren, yung female lead, na hindi ko nasasabihin kung ano siya sa huli. Basta, si Lauren is a female lead of my story. Gusto ko kasi na parang napakarami kong in-exert na effort para mabuo yung character na yun. Kasi hindi lang siya basta tao. doon sa story ko. Hindi lang parang gumawa ka ng story, sinabi mo sa mga nagbabasa yung buhay niya, yung story niya, yung backstory, yung mga pinagdadaan niya sa buhay. Hindi kasi kailangan ko siyang gawin na ganito, tas magtra-transition ng ganito. Kaya parang ang hirap-hirap na challenge siya at nagawa ko siya kahit papaano, nagawa ko siyang mag-excel din sa sarili niyang character, maging unique na character. Kaya yun, siya yung pinaka-favorite ko kasi nag-succeed ako sa paggawa ko sa kanya.
Wow. Talk about exceeding your limitations, no? Congrats on that, and can't wait to read about lore in your book. So, in line with that, we'd like to give you the floor to give our viewers a taste of your suspenseful and spine-chilling book. Are ready ka na ba for your live reading?
Okay. Medyo okay, okay, i-ready ko lang rin po. Sige po.
Sige. For now, let's look at our comments. Hi, Zoe. Nalaman niya kung bakit pala four walls. Na-intrigue siya. Hi, Jaisine. Hi, Lady Rose. And hi, Rian. All sending love to you, di ba? Ang dami mong supporters. And sinasabi rin ni Zoe, sobrang importante talaga ng research. Yes, totoo yan. It's so hard to write if you don't know what you're writing about. So, research is key. And it seems like Trisha has really done her research to give us a great book. Kumusta, Trisha? Are you ready?
Yes. But this is the part, chapter 29. Meron na sila ritong, nagdidiskusyon na sila. Actually, di ba, sabi niyo po kanina, sabi ko rin po, this is a romance thriller. So, meron nagkain-laban, and sa dulo, ito na yung discussion nila.
We're ready. Thank you.
Okay. I'll start. Sorry.
No worries.
You're Lauren, Morton replied. He tried to stop himself from shaking. He tries to keep everything he has learned and discovered about the woman from his mind. No! Jasmine Hurts laughed at the man in front of her. This is not the time to be weak. She stands with pure knowledge. Anyone would not believe she could kill. And that's what she liked the most about being Lauren Acker. The sweetest and the most intelligent woman they would know. All my life, she said, I have not given myself an identity, so no, I have no name. No one else will know me. Shut it! She stopped speaking and looked at the man who could barely move because of the chain in his hand and the rope sticking to him in the chair. Jasmine immediately backed away. She wanted to restrain herself from approaching the man and confronting him. Jasmine felt her chest tighten. She can't dare to see the man in this situation. After a while, Morton looked up, causing Jasmine's knees to soften. You can't be like this. You can't be weak because of someone. She wouldn't reach this far if she's just a vulnerable teen girl, Jasmine. Being a cop is a great cover, right? His voice was cold this time. She could feel the cold entering her body. Lauren grinned at the detective in front, then shook her head. Wrong. Morton's gaze remained. He waited for the woman's possible explanation. He wanted to hear her reasons for it. She wants to listen to all her bases for what she has done. I have a perfect reason why I went to the police force. I really wanted to help them, the ones who really need my help. I promised myself that I would not be like the cops who did nothing but pamper his power. Morton violently shook his body, causing the chair to move as well. But we are doing everything we can. That's the fact. But the truth is, some cases do not reach the police. And as much as we want to save, to help people, there are still many processes to go through. We are the police, but we can kill who do we want to kill, and we can prosecute all that we think are bad person. Shut up! Jasmine's voice was shaky and restless. You read the file, don't you? Did you read that? Did you read that case report to Paul Desander? It stated what? Quezon Province Police Department was able to confront the man 5 times in 1 year. 5 times. Can you hear me, Morgan? She tried to be more resilient, but her tears immediately betrayed her. 5 times, but they didn't even remain to doubt that man. They just let go and considered him innocent. I was trapped in those four walls for 3 years, Martin. And 5 times would I have been given the opportunity to be safe, to get away, so that he can stop his killings too. Slowly and with trembling hands, she took the gun that was in the holster by her side. There, Martin's eyes widened. He could not read what was in the woman's mind, and no one knows what she will do next. 3 years in those four walls, whole day. Jasmine's voice continued to shake, causing her to start hearing her sobs. I only have four walls in front of me for 3 years. I prayed for several times. I cried many times, every night. I cried for help. Well, in fact, I got no one to ask for help to. My mother abandoned me. I have no one to ask for help but you. But the police. But what did you guys do? The woman almost passed out in front of him. And as much as he wanted to move, even if he could stop the girl, he could not do it. What did the police do? She asked again. I've been running through that evil in my whole life, and I indeed killed him. And I don't regret any. I've been running with that evil, and I loathe that evil. She slowly moved the gun she was holding and then aimed it at her head, causing Morton to get violent to his seat. But I became one. There.
Wow!
Yun-
It seems like sobrang complex ng characters mo and you've handled a very difficult topic, no? Police work. Sobrang amazing talaga. Thank you so much for your reading. And without spoiling anything, no, pumunta tayo sa exciting part, no? What are you most excited to share with readers of your book?
Siguro, aside doon sa binasa ko, kasi syempre sabi mo nga po nasa climax na siya. Syempre, aside dyan, paano sila napunta doon sa situation na yan? At paano ko naging favorite si Lauren? Anong meron si Lauren? At anong past meron siya? Marami kasing mga questions eh. And when you started asking questions, pag nabasa mo siya, hopefully, ma-solve yung lahat at the very end.
That's
Ay, sana
amazing, yeah.
Yun lang.
Sobrang intriguing, kumbaga, ng libro mo, no? It seems like it's very hard to put down once you started reading it. Pero since, yun nga, thriller siya, medyo bloody siya, are there any precautions you'd like to give our readers before they proceed reading your book? Or okay naman, carry naman? What do you think they'll respond with? Yeah.
Ginawa ko naman po yung best ko not to sound that, parang masyadong nakapangilabot. But still, syempre, iba-iba pa rin naman tayo ng sensitivity.
Mhm.
So, ayun, nag-warn pa rin ako. May mga bloody scenes, may mga victims na medyo malala yung ginawa sa kanila ng killer. Kaya yun, medyo hinahinay po tayo sa pagbabasa.
So, to everyone wanting to pick up a copy of your book, very intriguing na kasi siya. How much do you think how much is your book costing? Do you already know yung price ng book mo?
Yes. At syempre mabibili natin siya sa ating sa ating 8 letters bookstore po, for only 320. And ipa-promise ko naman po na maso-solve naman lahat ng questions at hindi ko kayo iiwan ng nasa ere. Yun
Thank
lang
you
po.
so much, Trisha. Sobrang exciting na talaga at waiting na lang talaga ako to get a copy of your book. Let's all support Trisha, oo. And we mentioned your email earlier, but where else can readers follow you and your work? Do you have any social media pages you want to plug or anything like that?
Okay. So, ngayon, as I was saying kanina, na nag-aaral po ako, nag-start ulit ako mag-workshop. Maraming kailangan pag-aralan at yan, learning is continuous, kaya kailangan dun tayo sa mga bagay na matututo tayong mag-improve. So, you can follow me on my Wattpad account, that's Stories by Trisha. Nasa YouTube din ako. I do vlogs about tips, strategies of being a writer. I interview other authors. Nagre-review din ako ng mga books for your liking. I am Trisha on YouTube. Sa Facebook naman, that's facebook.com/writewithtrisha. Yun lang po.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Trisha, for your trust in 8 Letters Publishing. I'm sure this book is just a start to your authorial success. And if you want to share your thoughts about Trisha's latest release, Four Walls, please do use the hashtags 8LestersBooks and 4Walls so we can see your reviews. You can also comment down below anything you want to share, and we look forward from hearing from you, and we'll be waiting for your order request. Thank you so much, really, Trisha, for spending your time with us, 8 Letters Publishing, and see you again, and stay safe, everyone.
Thank you po sa mga nanood, sa mga friends ko na na-invite. Thank you so much po sa lahat-lahat. Thank you, Jason, OMG. Salamat po kay Author Lady Rose, kay Zoe. Kayo lang nakita ko, I'm so sorry. Tapos sa family ko, yan, kay Miss Cam, thank you so much po. Thank you po sa 8 letters. Salamat, maraming salamat.